Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
the technician. 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 And they call him the technician.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Technician Podcast. Today I've got my brother Ray Brown. How are you, bro?
I'm amazing, my bro. You?
Man, what a week it's been. Like I was just saying, this is the last one of the week. I've done 8 this week, including yourself. And
Fuck yeah.
I really wanted to test myself because I knew something would come from this. There was something that Jordan Peterson said recently where he discovered on tour there's so much untapped potential within us, and the only way to bring it out is by testing ourselves and stretching ourselves. So I knew by doing this and really testing myself, something would happen.
Yeah.
And it fucking did.
Yes. Hell yes.
Right. So it's like knowing that by testing ourselves so regularly, we go outside ourselves, but we bring something internally outwards into the world, into the universe. And as we were just speaking before we even realized we were recording, you were dropping some absolute gems, bro. So could you speak into a little bit about what you've created here? We're sitting at one of Ray's F45s down here on the Gold Coast at Surfers Paradise. Beautiful space. I said to him, the energy in here just feels unreal. It doesn't feel, I've been in a couple of F45s and like that group fitness environment, but it feels different in here. What is it about this place? What have you done?
If I'm going to be entirely honest, it's literally just leading with this and this. Being entirely honest is just literally leading with just helping people, brother. Literally leading with the intent to have a greater impact and only a positive impact on people. I totally understand, you know, like we get different souls that come through here and they got different agendas, which I respect entirely. But anyone that steps in this place, I feel like it's my absolute duty to make sure I teach my staff, to make sure that I have the most greatest impact on these people, because they pay money, but they're literally investing their lives on, literally with, even if they don't realize it, becoming a better person, you know, whether or not they think that's physical. To me, I'm like, this is my opportunity to have my impact, you know, obviously within this workspace. This is my opportunity to have my impact with what is my light in this world, brother. And my light in this world is, as long as I serve people, as long as I empower somebody, and honestly, as long as I'm being my true self and I actually inspire someone. I said this to Dane on our last retreat, bro. And I know it hit him different too, because it's like, I've never heard that before. As long as I serve, empower, and inspire each day, that's a goal that I'll never ever achieve on the biggest scale that I'm striving towards. But I know that I can hit those 3 things or one of those 3 things each day. And if I do hit one of those things each day, and I go out of my way to do that, bro, I can honestly say, and then this is not just saying it, you know, to sound good, because it's coming from myself, and I understand myself now, bro, from the work that I've done up until this point. As long as I serve, empower, and inspire, honestly, if I was to die right now, bro, I'm all good. And when I say I'm all good, my soul's at peace, bro. I'm in bliss. You know, like it's,
I can see it in your body, man.
I'm in bliss, bro. Like literally that just overcame me right now.
Yeah.
Because it's my truth. It's not the truth, it's my truth. And that's why I'm here, bro. You know, if we're going to be entirely honest, up until this point, you know, I will go to my next level and keep on leveling up. But up until this point and how I've come to understand who I am here, that's my jam, bro. That's my light. That's my point of difference. That's why I'm here. So if I lead with that every day, and I'm not perfect, I know that for a fact. But every day and every way I go out of my way to remind myself of that, and then that becomes my goal for the day. And as long as I'm putting my best foot forward, and I'm being purposeful in serving, bro, but not just serving, man, like to my highest degree. And then inspiration, honestly, if I'm not pulling my weight, and like, let's say I'm fully physically functional, you know, most recently, like, I snapped my Achilles a little while ago, and it has been giving me challenges, you know, life's blessings, bro, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, you know, like there's a reason why this is happening to me, so I'm all good. I'm a work with it, and I'm a grow with it too. And I have been. But like, I used to use my body as my vessel, bro, to inspire people. You know, like visually, yeah, there was a byproduct, but like just performance, bro. Like that was me, man. It's just like, if you want to get inspired, sweet, just watch me do my thing.
Yeah, I saw that actually in your stories. I think it was yesterday. You did a story of you getting in one of the classes and just going ham, and knowing you've snapped your Achilles and you're still doing like box jumps and stuff. Fuck, how's it feeling right now? Like, is it just something that you just push through? Like it's a mental thing? Or is it not feeling too bad now that you've done a bit of work? And
yeah, because it is definitely like post rehabilitation now.
Yeah.
I just got to be mindful. You know, kind of how I snapped it in the first place was not being mindful. Yeah, thinking that, you know, I'm not a super old guy. I'm 33 now, but at the same time, my body's like, it's different. It's not like I was when I was 23. So literally, that being the learning curve, and just, I'm not the same Superman that I was when I was 23. In a way, I am more.
Yeah.
But I just got to be more smarter in my approach so that I can, you know, have a bigger impact on people, and like use this vessel to be able to impact people, bro. So
I feel that. And I feel even just what you said is powerful, because I find, and what I've seen in my experience, is a lot of people like, oh, I'm 36 now, mate. I'm getting on. I can't do this. And I'm like, fucking why? When did you decide that you can't still do the things you did when you were 26? I can understand, like we said, like I played football for 15 years, so my body's still a little bit sore when I wake up in the morning. But if anything, I feel better than I ever have. One, because it's an emotional presence.
yes.
You know, I'm a lot happier with my life. I'm on purpose. I'm aligned. So I wake up smiling because I'm like, I'm doing things I love today. So that's a big part of it, because we know what emotions can do to the body, right? But then there's that other space of like, I just keep showing up. Like I'm the heaviest I've ever been, but in a good way, because I know I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm fit, I'm healthy to a degree. I know there's things to get better at, but it's like, what do you say to people that keep coming up with the same excuse of, oh, I'm this age now, I can't do this? Like, do you have people come to F45 that are a bit like that?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like each person is slightly different, right? You know, because we're all blessed in our own ways, and we all think differently. That's what makes us us.
Of course.
I don't feel like it's my position and my job to tell them what to do. But if I can, as long as I'm leading with my true self and having the best impact that I can from the words that I get pretty selective with my words, because I know that words are so powerful. And because, you know, if I'm having such an influence on these people, especially when I first meet them, like my words, they literally are listening to, like word for word, really, you know, if I have some of these deeper chats with them. So then I become more specific. But also it's about me, over time, teaching them, you know, to be more kinder to yourself, and the words that we say, the internal dialogue and the words that we repeat to ourselves, because it's not just the words that we say out there, most importantly it's the words that we repeat in that bloody lizard brain of ours at the bottom there, that we talk to ourselves. Bro, like there was one thing that you literally just said about age, you know, literally just last week. So my wife's name is Ash, and I said to her on my drive home, had a longer day and it was late at night, and I gave her a call on the way home. And I just couldn't stop smiling to myself. I was just having a good moment to myself, which happens quite a lot. And I said, babe, like, I had a room full of ladies this afternoon. And then as soon as I said ladies, honestly, bro, I felt like I was still at school, like literally where I am right now. And I was like, you know, like I usually call like ladies an older person than you, you know, and I'm like, I'm fucking older than them. And to
They're
be
all
honest,
like these
bro,
early 20s and stuff.
yeah, exactly. But like I'm literally in a room full of ladies, you know what I mean? Like, and with that being said, I guess like the point I'm trying to make, bro, is like honestly, I feel younger than I did when I was 18, bro. I really do. I know that this probably looks different, but like in here, bro, like I'm a fucking kid in a candy store, you know? My candy store is life, bro. Obviously, this is a playground for me too, you know, where I get to do my jam and influence these people and have a positive impact. But yeah, bro, I'm just like, I literally feel younger as I'm getting older. And then it's just about me serving this, so then this can do its part for me too, right?
Yeah, I feel I watched you change only just recently. Like we've known each other for what, a couple months?
Yeah.
Same with Dane. Like I've, you know, best mates with him. I feel like I'm really close with you as well. It's like a brother bond already. And seeing you shift at our men's retreat, Do you feel like that was a big pivotal moment of allowing yourself to feel younger again by doing something like that?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, and that's a good way of, like, I didn't quite look at it like that, but no, you're correct, because, yeah, like, just coming back to my true self, you know, feeling like prior to that for the last couple of years, I just felt like my candle flame was dampened a bit. You know, it was still
like
flickering.
that. Yeah.
It was still flickering, bro. You know, because I've still been, like, you know, striving to have the greatest impact. But I just felt like as I mentioned on the retreat, I felt like I've been sleeping for a couple of years, bro. And you guys literally just went like,
wake the fuck up.
What have you guys done? You just done like some water, and then all of a sudden, fuck, the flame just boom.
Oh, and you saw it, man. It was in that first activity when you did the haka, I saw this like soul awakening. It was crazy, and I felt that. So I said this to Wah. So I've never truly known my heritage.
Yeah.
I've been told it is Māori, Filipino. I'm more called towards the Māori aspect because anytime the haka's done in front of me, or if I hear it, see it, something in me just fucking wakes up. Hey, so it's almost like knowing now that. And Wah said this, he's like, yeah, have you always had mates that are Māori, Samoan, Tongan? I was like, fuck, yeah, now you said that, yeah. Like, I'm very drawn to that Pacific Islander presence. And there's something very spiritually powerful about that culture. Also the Native American culture, right? And I wonder, during that weekend, did you feel like something awakened within you through your cultural background?
I don't think awakened, being entirely honest.
Yep.
I felt like I just came back to myself.
Came back to self, yeah, that's
Honest,
cool.
bro,
Like a
honest.
rediscovery sort of thing.
Yeah, you know, because like a kid growing up on a marae, and that was me. You know, like that's my my community, bro. Like very, very, very family orientated, very traditional, and you know the small town. You could almost say a village, like the area that I grew up.
Where was it? What area?
It's a place called Waimana.
Yeah, okay.
Waimana. It's all my whānau out there, Cherkassis. Yeah, on the MVR, the Matai Valley Road. But yeah, I grew up on the marae, bro. You know, like me and my whānau, or my whānau and I should say. You know, we were one of the caretakers for the area. And I literally wrote this down on my kids. I got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, King Brown and Boss Brown.
Oh,
and
cool names.
their teachers gave us some papers, like writing down if they're cultural and what are their cultures and what are their cultural customs and things like that. And then I got writing because my wife asked me if I could write the things down about the boys. And I started writing. I was like, damn, you know, like this is me. You know, these are things that we do, and talking about hangi and kai, and then talk about a marae and, you know, where I come from and where the boys come from. And then as I got flowing and I was just writing down the papers, I was thinking to myself, like, when the teachers read this, they're going to be like, oh, damn, like this guy's traditional.
Yeah, I like that.
And that got me coming back to, you know, like, same again, like, who I am, bro. You know, like, this is my 15th year since I moved away from home. So I moved over the ditch when I was 18. And when I first come over, bro, like straight up, I was a hearty, rugged dude, straight from the bush. Yeah, I kind of like ventured into the city a little bit to play rugby and party and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, bro, rugged and ruthless. Just one of these country Māori boys that definitely knows where they're from.
Well, I even seen that picture with you with the big pig on your back.
That
right?
was
like
literally the day before I came over.
No way.
So that was on the 6th of November, 2008, I think it was. Literally the day before, yeah. It was on my dad's birthday and his twin brother's birthday. And we all literally went out and then, stuck the pig in and carried it out. And that was literally the day before I came over, bro. But, you know, like, the iwi where I'm from, iwi means tribe. Yeah, the tribe, who I am, and it is me, and so it is. Tūhoi. I'm also other iwi as well, and I'm from other places too, but bro, I'm born and bred, you know. And I'm a person of the land, you know. I'm tangata whenua from my land, bro, and I'm super proud, bro. I'm super, super proud of where I'm from.
I feel that when you say it.
And, like, regardless of the upbringing that I had, and to be honest, you know, like, we could say humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's different perspectives and different walks, right? But I also agree, humble beginnings, bro. But at the same time, like, everything that I went through, I am so proud, bro. Like, I am so proud that happened to me. all the fucked up things.
Can you paint a picture of that a little bit, like for people to understand? Because, bro, like knowing you now and wanting to hear where you came from, I feel like that's really important. So if there's some things that really stick out for you, just to give the listener a bit of a picture as well, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So I will start with the story when I flew home for Christmas one time. I was very, very clean shaven, and I did look like a businessman. Like I was dressed to impress, bro. You know, I was going home to see my family, and I got really spruced up. And I jumped on the plane, and this older Māori guy. To be honest, he looked military. To be honest, you know, like he really held himself really well, and he's quite staunch and like pretty short sentenced, but very to the point. You know what I mean? And anyway, when we were waiting in line, I could just feel these eyes looking up and down me. And he was standing behind me. And he was looking me up and down. And what I could have thought he was thinking is like, check out this guy, you know. Plastic Māori, you know.
Forget where it came from.
Not even forget where he come from, you know. Like, think he's all that.
Yeah.
He's just giving me those kind of vibes. And then, you know what? Once I got on the plane, we ended up sitting right next to each other.
Of course he did.
And he was sitting right here on the side of me. And he was still like, you know, he was like making me feel his presence, which is all good. I was just giving him his space, bro. And he was still like kind of like scanning me out like this. Bro, when I first come over here, like you do that to me, bro, I'll forget, bro, you got a problem. Is that us?
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? So I was just like, just nodding my head, smile to him and whatnot. And then I go, hey, bro, I'm Ree. Your name? Then got talking. I said, oh, where you from, bro? And he told me where you're from. He goes, where you from? And I said, oh, bro, I'm from Waimana. And he goes, hey. I go, yeah, I'm from Waimana. He goes, and I said, do you know where that is? He goes, oh, yeah, I know where that is. Bro, that's like up in the bush. I said, yeah, exactly, bro, I'm from there. And he goes, oh, what are you doing over here? I go, oh, I started to tell him about what I've done and, you know, my businesses and my wife and my kids and stuff. And then we got talking, bro. And obviously I had this facade going on, which I wasn't trying to impress anybody, bro. I just wanted to just dress up.
Just dressed up, yeah.
Because that's okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And he's going, I am so sorry. He actually apologized to me. I didn't ask for an apology. He goes, I am so sorry, bro. I thought you were just a stuck up, you know, like fake Māori guy who didn't know who he was and wasn't from where he was from. He goes, if anything, I respect you more. So thank you so much for just holding space for me and then, you know, just telling me where you're from. He goes, bro, you're one of those true Māoris. I said, fuck course I am, bro. I'm from home, you know. I know where I'm from, bro. And then like with that, you know, being Tūhoi, especially from the area where I'm from, so there's the largest national park in New Zealand is called Te Urewera National Park, and that's the park where I'm from, bro.
Yeah,
so
right.
we're one of the gateways. Waimana is one of the gateways to Te Urewera National Park, and that's that was my playground and that was my stomping ground. So yeah, when we say humble beginnings, for people that know where Waimana is, because not many people know where Waimana is. It's really known for like great hunting or even like, you know, forestry as well, But to be honest, like if you know even someone that's from Tūhoi, we're staunch, bro. We're staunch. We know where we're from and we know who we are, you know. And we're people of the land, definitely. But at the same time too, we are known to not be fucked with, bro. You know, like I'm cool and I'll be lovely to someone and everything, but like, honestly, you fuck with me, like
there's that warrior.
I'm all good. Yeah, like all right then, sweet, it's on. And I still got that inside of me, you know. And I'm proud of that too, bro. And I guess like, with that being said, like that's in my blood, you know. And we're taught that from a young age. Like we're not taught that, but that's just how we practice, you know. That's all the kids are bloody really tough and really hearty back there, you know. It's just like no filter, and there's just these little rat bag, really rugged and really ruthless little kids back home. So my boys, you know, because my boys are quite strong, bro. Especially King, the older one, like physically strong, but he's just a beautiful energy. So he's really soft and caring. I'm actually really excited to take my boys back home. You know, just so
I was going to say if they've been back there yet.
King's been back there.
Yeah.
Yep. But after COVID, I haven't taken my family back yet. So we're working on, you know, getting back there this Christmas. But all the cousins back home will know exactly what I mean by this. Like, I literally just want to get my kids around their cousins. And I know like their girl cousins even are gonna roughen them up. You know, that's just how it is back home. You know, that's how we grew up. And I guess like, you know, you wanted to like meet I guess like express humble beginnings and what that means in my case. So, you know, Waimana is known for the Mongol mob. Yeah. So we've got our sector back there. So like with that being said, you know, quite gang focused in that area.
Same as Wah, bro. As I was speaking to him,
Yeah, hard. So like his area is also Mongol mob as well.
Yeah.
Napier, Hastings, I think.
Yeah.
I think over that way, yeah. Yeah, but Waimana's like that too. And along with that too, like there is a lot of violence, you know. But like say when I was up and coming, honestly, bro, like that was just my jam. Like I didn't know any different. So I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good. Like it
just was.
It just was, you know. And I was fine with it because that's what it was. Also too, like heavy drugs in the area. I was one of those introverts when I was growing up. I was also the pale Māori as well. So like my cousins and stuff used to mock me when I was little, you know, quite little, and obviously I didn't really enjoy it. But then, you know, as I started getting a bit bigger, then they stopped fucking around with me. But and then yeah, like got the respect and whatnot. But yeah, humble beginnings, bro. Like in a nutshell, not a when we talk about in this day and age, what is a loving and caring and safe environment? To be entirely honest, and this has been extremely vulnerable, because I know I'm talking on behalf of my area, but I know too when they listen to this, as much as I'm being open, I know that they also agree. So, not the most growthful environment as a collective. Very stagnant, as in like whether not growing or just staying still, also dying as well. Literally on a physical sense, but then most probably on a mental sense, and then so on, like the other sense as well, spiritually too. Being gang related and, you know, like drug related and like really heavy in their area, a lot of physical violence, a lot of emotional violence, a lot of verbal and domestic violence too. I was a part of it, bro. Yep. And, you know, became a byproduct of my my environment too. And I'm not blaming, bro, but I was a kid, you know, like I knew nothing else, bro, you know. So throughout my teenage years, I would say I was a troubled kid. On the facade, I wasn't until I got to 16, and then I started to get quiet. But all I really remember of that period in my life, bro, I was just fucking angry all the time, bro. Yeah. Angry all the time. Like, all the time.
Lots of fights?
Bro, yeah, that was one of my, you could say, like a hobby. Like, I loved...
Coping mechanism almost.
Like, I loved fighting, bro. Yeah. And even if it wasn't my fault, my fight, I'm really rumble, bro. Yeah, cool, I got your back, sweet, give me a jam. You know, like, yeah, and I just... Coping mechanism, I've never actually thought about it like that, but yeah, because I really thought my coping mechanism, which I've come to understand too, like in my later athlete life, my coping mechanism, bro, was my outlet was just training the fucking house down, bro. And I used to make myself sick from training too much and not understanding how to fuel myself and whatnot. So yeah, like I used to make myself sick quite a lot because that was my opportunity to just get away from all the fucked up shit, bro. So like any time my old man gave me the opportunity, and like I really, really respect him for definitely what he done for us, and you know, like them giving us what they could give us with the knowledge that they have, that they had at their time. But whether or not this was the truth or not, the way I felt, bro, at that point in time, which was my truth at the time, was I was only allowed to work on the farm. I tried to ask if I can get a job in town, to be honest, probably just go see chicks and, you know, just get like party and stuff. But still, like at the same time, I just wanted to get out there, bro. Get out of there because it was, like for me, it was toxic anyway. The only time I was not allowed to be working on the farm is if I was doing my schoolwork, which is cool. Yep, or training, bro. Training for rugby. And my old man must have seen something in me when I made my first rep team and like really, really young. I think I was like 9 or 10. And then, yeah, like, as soon as I got that leeway, because I've always been an honest person too, and I was an honest kid as well. You know, my dad told me to do something that I just do it, bro. So as soon as he gave me their pocket, and he's like, okay, cool, you don't have to work on the farm if you can train. And honestly, I just went fucking balls to the wall, bro, and I used to just train the fucking house down, bro. You know, after milking the cows in the morning, I'll whack some, like, it used to be quite cold. It wasn't like -0 degrees, but it was fucking cold enough. School was 25 kilometers away, bro. And just so I could go and do my rugby training, and I got a free gym membership as well. This is like when I was 16. I'd bike to school after I milked the cows in the morning.
25 Ks?
Yeah, bro, 25 Ks. I'll bike to school, go and do my school. I'll go and do training at lunchtime. Because we used to go and run this hill called Mokoroa, which everyone in Whakatane will know that hill. And go and run there at lunchtime. That was like a regular thing. In the afternoon, I hit the gym, and then I was playing for the first 15 at the time, and then also the Prems for Whakatane Marist. And bro, like, it's just like at the time, I was like, in my head, bro, as sad as it sounds, I was saying anything to fucking get out of the fucking shithole.
Yeah.
And to get out of the cow shed as well, milking my fucking cows. But yeah, like that, bro, that was my motivation for so long, bro. It's just like, I'm gonna fucking get myself and my family out of this fucking shithole. So yeah, and like I just trained the house down, bro, which I'm really glad, because obviously I obsessed the fuck out of it. And then I just became this training machine, bro. And it was just like, you know, like people used to call me 200%, bro, because I just fucking go balls to wall, bro.
That's a gun nickname.
Yeah. But I've also come to understand too, like I also asked, me and my dad got a great relationship now, which has been cool, because, you know, like when I was younger, the only time I would give him a hug and a kiss, and I'd kiss him, but I'd kiss him once a year, bro, on his birthday, and I'd just come give him a kiss on the cheek and just say, happy birthday, Dad. And that's really special to me, you know, because like that never really happened, bro, like when I was little. Where now, like I'm proud to say, bro, because I understand how I feel with my boys. I'm just like, no doubt he feels like that with me, man. Like, bro, I'm going to kiss my boys on the lips for the rest of their life, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they are them, but they're me.
Yeah.
They are me.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like they came from me. They are me, you know?
Yep.
So like when I go back and I'm with my dad, like I hope he listens to this, bro, because like I know from what I've done for myself and how I've gone within to come out and who I am and right now, I'm very humbled to say I've been able to help him through his troubles sometimes over the last couple of years, bro. And, you know, like, yes, he's my father on a physical sense, but to be able to come to him as a brother on a more open sense and just be able to create that space for him, I feel so humble, bro. Like, so humble. And just be able to create that space for him and for him to be able to open up, which I know he would never have opened up, even to my mum, about the stuff that he had with his father, the fucked up things that he had with his father. And I know that it's like the demons that are still there. Suppressed, bro. You know, like
Yeah.
I was able to create that space by just being within myself, not wanting to explore, but just within myself, bro. Just being confident, assertive, and just leading with me. And I was able to create that space for him, bro. And I'm actually really, really, really excited to go and very specifically, obviously, go and see all my whānau, which is family. But for my old man and his siblings, I just really can't wait to hug them, bro. Because, like, especially after what happened on that retreat, bro. One of those practices when I went generational, I went through them and I went within them and I jumped up a couple and then I went all throughout them and then I jumped down to my kids and then I came back to me and then I jumped back up again. Oh, bro, like I messaged them all and I shared with them my experience. They were all very grateful, bro, and they were like, you know, what a special moment. And to be honest, like I spent time with my Koro's grandfather. In their practice, I spent time with him.
I remember you saying that. That was powerful, man.
And that's crazy, bro, because he's like, I'm cool. Like, I'm not here to make anyone jealous or anything. And when I say that, I'm actually thinking about family members, bro. So I'm being entirely open and honest right now because I'm cool. I don't feel shy anymore. I just speak my truth. Like, he's my number one, bro. And he's been gone since I've been 18. He's my number one, bro. Like, such a strong man. And I know, like, my old man and, some of his siblings, maybe all of his siblings, just like, he was a fucking hard cunt. Almost like a bad man, because he was just so tough on them. But I had a beautiful conversation with my dad's oldest brother. He messaged me, bro. I put this story up. It was about a couple of weeks ago. I just posted this story. To be honest, I don't go hard on social media. I will. I was about to say I should, but no, I will, because I must. Anyway, I posted up the story, and it was just like a one-off story. And he actually wrote back to me, bro. And I was like, I love my uncle, and he's like, hard man, but like a very just loving, bro. And he wrote back, he goes, I'm so proud of you, boy. You're doing really good things, you and your wahine, which is, lady, you and your wahine over there. We are so proud of you, Ray. And, like, being entirely honest, bro, like, that, I don't mind working until I'm in the ground, bro. Like, that's one thing that I'm really proud of where I come from. With my whānau, we're really well known for being really hard workers. My specific Brown family. Yes, I understand there's other like tough families out there and hardworking families, but we are well known for being hard workers, bro. And like to receive a message from my uncle like that I haven't received a message from him ever. ever.
Wow.
Ever. Because he's only just jumped on social media, but like I haven't chatted with him on the phone, bro, since the first year I left Australia. I left to come to Australia when I was 18. So it's been 15 years ago, and he sent me a message. So that hit me different, bro. It hit me different, and I felt like, he wasn't speaking on behalf of my family, but he was my family. So he was speaking to me, and for him to, as the oldest brother, to say something like that to me, bro, like, that makes me proud of where I'm from, bro, and I'm like, you know what? Like, if I had to put that into words, all the fucked up things that I've had in my life, all the challenges, which I call them blessings, bro. I truly believe, like, the hardship that God gives us, that's the opportunity to grow, bro. So, like, when I receive a challenge, bro, I really, really have trained myself now, reprogrammed my brain through lots of hard work by myself over the years. If something gets harder for me, bro, I'm like, fucking give it to me. That's just me, bro. I'm just built different, bro. I built myself that way.
Yeah, I feel that.
But also with the hard work that I was brought up in and literally ingrained into it, and I didn't want to do it, but I'm so grateful that is now me, and I'm not gonna change it about me. Like, I'm proud that that's me. I'm proud that that's my family and that flows through me, bro. But when he sent me that message, immediately, because I've become like even more intuitively heightened since our retreat.
Yeah.
And like I've had like different phases of being intuitive. Right now, since that retreat, it's heightened again. Like it was a very pivotal for me, and it's heightened again. As soon as he messaged, I just messaged him straight back because I was just leading with here. I just said, "Hey, uncle, you available?" He said, "Yep, cool." I just rang him right there and then. I spoke with him about two and a half hours, bro. And I just felt the need to speak with him and share my experience with my koro. He shared some stuff with me that he actually can relate to exactly what I shared with him about, like getting visits from messengers, getting visits from family, people that have passed, obviously, like that's what I mean. He shared with me, bro, like stuff that we were, like being so vulnerable in that space, bro. He's like, I'm sure he's like 60 something right now. He's sharing with me that he does this stuff. And
no way, that's cool.
Oh,
back home?
Yeah, and that's not like going to any retreats or anything. That's just becoming
Yeah.
more in self. And I'm just like, oh, fuck them. You know, like yeah, we can learn this stuff on retreats, and I'm not taking anything away from the retreats whatsoever. Bro, but like, for someone to go through a walk of life and to just get their realization to be like, you know, if I need a raw and do a primal raw, fuck it, I'ma just do it. And for him to share that with me, I'm just like, oh shit. Like,
That's cool.
not like the last person that I would have like shared their stuff with me, but I was like that just made me proud, bro. And I was like even more proud, you know. And I was just like, fuck, this chat was meant to. I actually shared it. I was like, uncle, like this, I'm very, very open. This was meant to be happening. Thank you so much for sharing with me. I told him about the experience of my koro, and honestly, I went into that chat not looking for answers, but I was asking questions knowing answers would come from them.
Yeah.
And he already knew. So he was already telling me stuff before I even asked the questions, bro.
He must be tapped in.
Oh, bro. And that's what I mean. Like the primal roaring and, you know, just like being entirely open, just being like, Ray, it's okay. And I'm not even telling him, bro. Like he's telling me. He's like, Ray, it's okay to cry when you want to cry, Ray. You don't have to be hard. The thing is, you are hard, you know. But if you need to cry, boy, like, it's all good. You know, like, that's also being a man. It's just being more in touch with yourself and just understanding. I was like, you know, it was just fucking crazy, that chat. It was amazing, bro.
Let's take this to another level.
Yeah.
I wonder, by you doing the work, all the work you have since you came here,
Yeah.
do you think energetically that was being sent back towards your family anyway? And whoever was open to receiving?
I have never, ever, ever thought that way. Ever. Direct contact that way, you know, whatever I'm putting out. What happened in that retreat, in that specific experience, I know it hit. I know it hit. Yeah, because I know they felt it.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
Even your wife, you were saying, like, she
yeah.
could feel the difference.
Well, like my dad's sibling, I know they felt it, bro.
Yeah.
100%. Like when I sent the message, yeah, like they're just like beautiful messages back. But when I spoke with my uncle about the experience with my koro, my grandfather, which is his dad, and him being the older sibling, you know what I mean? Like, hard.
That's different generation
Different
too.
generation, bro. They're like, they're fucking hard generation.
Proper warrior shit, like.
Yeah, and growing up on a farm too, like, yeah, just like really tough upbringing. You know, so like for him to be having these conversations with me when, like, as much as I understand, went through the most fucked up shit in regards to like a father to a son, like tough love. And for him to share with me beautifully on the phone, bro, he was grateful about koro. And I that was music to my ears, bro. I was not expecting that, because I was actually expecting him to have like a whole lot of resentment. The stories that I've heard, I would understand resentment, like for life resentment, you know what I mean? But like, I guess he's, you know, like growing with himself, you know, and the messages that I got, bro, was just like forgiveness. Yes, the mamai or the hurt still comes up, you know, but it's in the past, and he was really grateful for the special ways that my grandfather taught him, even if it was this way, even if it was like the hard way. He is really grateful for it all, bro. And for me to hear that, I was like, that's so special. You know what I mean? Especially like I said, you know, like I've heard some of the other siblings just like, nah, like it,
Nothing like that, hey?
Nah, just like fuck the cunt, you know? And for him to say that, being the oldest one, bro, and like as much as I've heard like what he received, I was like, wow, like that's next level. And then when I shared with him that koro came to see me, that's the second time koro's come to see me, bro. I went looking for him after the first time. I know he's there, but because I was forcing it,
Yeah.
it didn't happen. So I intentionally, within my head, didn't attract anything to me on that retreat. Going into it, I was just open.
Yep.
And whatever comes, could come. I'm all good. You
And
know?
it couldn't have been more perfect, bro. From
Oh,
what I
bro.
witnessed from the outside in, and from what your testimonial said, it's like you got everything you needed without even needing it. It's like you didn't,
Yeah.
as you said.
Yeah. Like, I'm all good, bro. Like,
Yeah,
before going into the retreat, I'm cool. Like, I'm sweet. You know, like,
Yeah.
I can not get by, but bro, I'm all good.
Yep.
You know? And I've come fucking tenfold, like, honestly, 100-fold from where I'm from and from what I came from, you know? And I'm all good. So, like, just literally going in there, just, like, being entirely open to just going back to school, bro, and just, like, I know nothing. I receive everything, and I play full out. Whatever comes, if the guys that are, you know, like you guys, like facilitators tell me to do this, I say how high. You know what I mean? I just play full out, and
you did. You just went all in.
And when I got into that, you know, especially with that one, and I shared with my uncle the experience that I had. I have got other family members that are special in the regards of they see the other realm. And because we're spiritual people, you know, we're traditional people, Māori and Polynesian and, like you said, the Americans and the tribal people, yeah. And back home, they're still very much in the practice. And they're all about it, which is good because that is us.
Yeah.
So, like, knowing that my other family members are known for seeing stuff, honestly, bro, I used to be scared when I was a teenager. I used to suppress it all because I did not want to see any fucked up things. I didn't want to get any visits from anybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, hell no, I'm not going to get in. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't open any doorways or go, like, knocking on anything. I just, like, nah. Yeah. So, like, the experience that I had with my grandfather the second time around on the retreat, I shared it with my uncle. He said, Ray, honestly, that is so special. Because from the sounds of it, any experience that he's known of, including his experiences, have only been dark.
Yeah, gotcha.
Have only been, they're either scary or not wanted, or that's what I mean by, like, they're not bright, not light, you know what I mean? And for me to express to him, like, I was so beautiful, uncle, like, fuck if I could live that every single day, which I can, because I know he's in me, bro.
Yeah.
I am him.
Yep.
You know, I am my grandfather. For my uncle to say that, even for him to just say, like, Ray, that is so special, you know, because you only ever hear of, it's not a good thing, you know? And it's like, but for me, bro, I'm like, I'm all good. Like, my bro, Luke Watene, a lot of people here on the GC know him, even back home too, you know, like down in Wellies. Cat's very open. Wah, you know, was doing a bit of work with them with their men stuff. Super knowledgeable, bro. Super knowledgeable. And the guy, I was about to say the cat because that's my lingo, but the cat just going deeper and deeper, bro. Fuck, he does the work. He is one.
Luke Watene.
Yeah, Luke Watene. He is one disciplined guy.
Shout out to Luke.
100%, bro. He does the work, you know,
Yeah.
like he's just, every single time I chat to him, he's different, bro. Like, just stacks up. Anyway, I went and done a Cali session, so a calisthenics session one time, you know, because we chew the fat, bro, now and again. And, you know, we dive down the rabbit holes, then we have our chats, and it's just like, just a vibe, bro. And then I got the sense, I said to him, bro, I feel like I just need to share this with you, man. I said, honestly, I feel like something's actually going to happen, bro. I feel like something's going to come and visit me.
Before the retreat?
Nah, this is back in 2020.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
They say, sorry, bro, going back a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then he just go, oh, yeah. he just all good.
He's like, oh, yeah.
And I said, oh, okay. And he goes, oh, bro, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And then, like, that's all he had to say, because that's literally all he said. But for me, I was just like,
what do you mean?
no, I wasn't even, what do you mean? I was just like, I know exactly what you mean. And I was just like, this weight off my shoulders just got lifted.
Gotcha,
and I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, you're fucking right. Like,
It's okay.
and he said, bro, if it's going to happen now, it's going to happen now. If you suppress it, it's going to happen because it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Whether or not I suppress it, comes and visits me later or whatnot. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like, when he said that, bro, honestly, I just went, I'm all good. And then the very next day, I see my koro. The very next day.
Oh,
So
shit.
since then, I'm like, honestly, and then also when they're, like, let's just fast forward back to your guys' retreat. Honestly, that's been a learning curve for me, bro. And I'm not saying, like, like, let's open up all the doorways and fucking let everything come in, because like obviously, you know, like that's sensitive. But also I got another visit, and I got another visit, and I haven't shared it with you guys.
Oh, hey.
Yep. Straight
Was
up.
this during the retreat?
Yep.
Or?
During the same practice when my koro came to see me, bro.
Interesting.
Dark stuff.
I thought so. I felt it in the room.
Dark stuff. And honestly, I didn't think about what Luke said, but within myself at that point in time, I just melted into it, bro. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck you. If you're gonna, like, sweet, you want to do this?
You can handle it.
I was just like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
So then I was like, that was a boom. And then I just melted into it, bro. And that was it.
Were there images that you saw?
Yep.
Can you explain them?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
There's two people in my family that I have not been wanting to see if I was to see somebody.
Yeah.
It is pretty sad. No, it's not sad. It's amazing. But it's just that I had that association with them. I didn't want I didn't want my dad's youngest brother to come and see me. So he passed away when I was young fella. I think it was like 7 or 8 or something. Because he was a bloody bully to me, man. He was that cheeky uncle.
Yeah.
And he just was like very cheeky, you know, just like bully cheeky.
Just too far, yeah.
Too far, bro, you know. But yeah, and I actually, like, my whole life, I never ever wanted him to come and see me because he was cheeky. And I thought he'd just like try and fuck me up. I really didn't want him to come see me, you know. So he was the first one. And you know what's crazy, bro? Over all those years of me suppressing, the whole time through, I'd always think I'm not going to open up anything, because if I see him, I'm like, no, I'm not going to like this.
Yeah.
So crazy, bro. Him, the whole way. And the second one was my dad's mum. Obviously, you know, grandmothers always love us and whatnot. By her coming from, now that I think about it, coming from a hard life. Everyone back from where I'm from. Yeah, they knew my nan. Her name was Nanny Bubby, or her name is Nanny Bubby. She was normal and she was grumpy. Everyone knew that. So when she started being nice, before she passed away, something was up. And for some reason, bro, I didn't want to get a visit from her. I still don't know why. Hey, there's something that I need to do some work on, bro, to see why.
Yeah.
You know? And to be honest, she came. I ain't shared that with any. I didn't even share that with you guys. The reason why I'm saying it like this, you know, because I feel like some of my whānau would be like, boy, you should keep your stuff to yourself. To be honest, why the fuck should I keep the stuff to myself? This is me. I got nothing to be ashamed about. Know what I mean? Like, I am in my strength. I've never, ever, ever been as strong as I am right now.
Yeah, agreed.
Ever. Physically stronger? Yep, probably. Within me, and not giving a fuck what anyone thinks, bro. Never, ever. You know? So I'm all good. You know, people have their judgment, including some of the whānau. I'm like, the reason why I'm sharing this right now, because I'm that much in tune with myself, there's a reason why I'm sharing it right now.
This is healing. You get to show right now, and this isn't to generalize. I know it's men in general, but especially that Māori culture is like so suppressed and like, don't speak about your shit, don't share that, don't do this. And because I've seen my mates do it, man. I've seen my mates who are like severely depressed because they want to talk about that shit. I've had a best mate who had his dad pass away, right? And he never really talked about it. Couldn't even share it with me. Never just wanted to. And I always say to all my mates I've known, mates I know now, people I know, men I know, it's like, fucking just talk about it. See what happens. See how you feel. And right now we're experiencing a man in his power who shares vulnerably and knows himself enough that in itself is powerful.
That's the first thing you said at the start, bro. I am being the most vulnerable I've ever been.
Yeah.
You know? Because you know how it is. Everyone watching knows how it is. We always got that person in mind who we think that they give a fuck. But to be honest, who gives a fuck anyway? Yeah. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, I'm probably going to end up empowering them anyway. Exactly. So I'm just like, honestly, I've just learnt myself, you know, because that's not coming from a lower version of myself. Like I'm fucking in, to this point, so far, I'm in my peak. Like I'm within myself.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not, that's talking out of truth in the intention of only servicemen, including whoever watches this, even if it's very, very close whānau. There's a very, very specific reason why I'm sharing it. The only reason why I'm sharing it because I'm in tune with myself. You know, I'm not here to damage anybody. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to heal, bro. I'm only here to heal. And when I say heal, I mean I'm only here to serve, bro, you know? So if that makes anyone feel vulnerable that's listening to this, you know what? You probably should be feeling vulnerable.
Lean into it.
100%, just like I fucking have. You know what I mean? Like, I've had to pick up my balls many times and just lean into it. Is it scary? Fuck yes. Is it scary when you're by yourself over here? I didn't even have to say that answer. But the thing is, I've never ever been by myself, bro. And honestly, this whole chat is like revolving around my kuro. I've never been by myself, bro. That is so fucking empowering, bro.
Oh, goosebumps from that.
Like, how I say, you know, because I, like, really, honestly, this potty's actually for my family.
I like that.
Like, because I'm very, very specifically talking to my family. When we came up and, you know, we carried up the gears before the potty, you mentioned about, like, just being open, you mentioned about WA and the power of, like, having a, you know, having a group, you know, and what becomes of that and how that becomes of itself.
Power in the collective.
That's it, bro. You know, and I know that I'm very much speaking to my whānau right now, but I know everyone listening in some form or way can relate.
Everyone's family, right?
Everyone's family, bro.
You know,
Everyone's family.
We are all one. And
just because I have this connection with my grandfather,
yeah,
and this absolutely, like, if I think about it right now, it's mind-blowing, bro. Like, I am so interconnected with him, bro. It's not, it's just, it's ridiculously amazing, bro. It's like ridiculous, bro. And the more I don't suppress it, the more I lean into it. When I get a challenge, because honestly, when I get a challenge and I lean to it, I am being him. I'm just being a fucking strong motherfucker who doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks and just knows, stay persistent. Honestly, it's just another day on the farm.
It's just another day on the farm.
Another day on the farm.
Bro, that's the name of this fucking podcast.
Just another day on the farm, bro.
Yeah.
You know, on the farm, there ain't no days off, my bro. There ain't no days off. Like, the farm's not going to fucking milk itself and milk their own cows and, like, do their own fencing. And, like, the farm, there ain't no days off on the farm, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
And it's hard work too.
It's like, it's honest work, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking put some hairs on your chest.
I grew up on a farm, man, but I wasn't the kid to do that work, right? So I always judged myself for that. I always judged myself for being the one that wasn't the country boy. I wasn't the one that could fix anything. Like, all my brothers and my dad and everyone around me, man, super handy with stuff like that. And I always felt I was quite useless compared to them. That's what I felt. And now I realize that, no, I just wasn't meant to go down that path. I'm meant for higher things, not in respect to being better, but
not in relation.
No, like, fuck, they're all powerful. I will love them all. They're incredible men and women. But for me, I was meant for this stuff. This was my technician. I am the technician of consciousness, not of vehicles and other things.
Wow.
So I have been projected down this path for a reason, man. It took me a long time to realize that. And I resonate so much with what you say by surrendering to things, because as soon as I did that, as soon as I stopped fucking trying to make everything happen, it just comes to me. And that was this week. This week was a matter of challenging and stretching, but also just, what is it? What's this shit that's coming up right now? What is it I'm supposed to be dealing with? But it was as soon as I stopped questioning what is it and just allowed it, it literally just goes boom, 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 boom. All these little flicks, like talking to my guests, they're all incredible coaches, and like Laura was a psychologist, right? And I'm having my own realizations by doing nothing, by having a conversation, right? So another day on the farm for me resonates big time, because I realize now that where I grew up, it was for a reason. I was supposed to go through the things I've been through to now have the perception of reality, of my own reality right now based off what I've been through, because I've come here for a reason. I was brought into this lifetime, into this human body for a reason. And I've been tested so many times for a fucking reason. And we know, you know this, myself, Dane, you, the ones that are tested so much are the ones that are going to have the impact on the world.
100%. Honestly, I don't think God, like literally, I believe in God, bro. I really do. You know, like I don't think God would give us the test unless he knows we are strong enough to handle the test, bro.
100%.
You know, so like honestly, this is not an exaggeration. Every single challenge that comes to me, I'm grateful, bro.
Yeah.
I'm grateful, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I feel that, yeah.
I am like, like within myself, I mightn't show it on the outside, but I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. Give it to me.
Yeah.
You know, fuck, if it don't kill me, yeah, I'm gonna come out on top.
Have you been to a point where you wanted to give up?
No.
Come close?
No.
No, that's
No,
cool.
I haven't. I have been to my rock bottom thus far, though. Yeah, when I was 20.
So pretty early on and coming over here.
Yeah. I would say like it was a conclusion of what was prior to then what I became and what I am now.
Yep. It was like that death and then the rebirth kind of thing.
Bro. Yeah, I just had 4 major things happen in the space of 8 months.
Oof.
Nearly died. Literally nearly died.
From an illness or something?
Concussions, bro. So like I can't play rugby anymore.
Oh, shit, okay.
Well, no, that's a lie. Sorry for lying. You know, I can play rugby, but I'll probably die.
Yeah, so it's a
And
pretty good
that's
reason
not a lie.
not to. Yeah.
That's not a lie.
Is that league or union?
Union.
Yep.
Yeah, I only played a couple of games of league in my life when I first came over here, just to check out the code. But yeah, pretty good union player back in the day, bro.
Yep.
But yeah, just like a lot of concussions. Played for my last 2 games. My only games here on the Gold Coast were play for Surfers Dolphins, and first game I got concussed and I had a chronic headache all week. And at the point in time, like I don't know if the breakers are still a thing. At the same time, like I know that people, you know, perceive the breakers not to be great, but they were the rep team for the area. You know, so I'm like, fuck yeah. And then they came, they were the scouts, and they scouted for me and my cousin Tux to come and play the next weekend. So I was like, of course I'm going to play. And then, but yeah, I didn't know, but I had bleeding in my brain from that concussion. Prior to that, bro, I had a lot of concussions ever since I was 14 until 20, like a lot of concussions.
And lots of fights too, where you'd be getting punched in the head?
Yeah, getting punched in the head, but I like, that never really knocked me out or anything. But like I got a lot of knockouts during rugby, and my head just became too, just couldn't take the hits, bro. Yeah, just like little nudges. I didn't even have to get smashed on the ground or anything. Just like my head just couldn't take it anymore. And then played the next game when the scouts were there, and I know exactly where I was actually, and I was playing number 7. The ball came out of silo scrum. I scooped it up. I used to be fairly fast for a flanker. And I ran along the back line anyway, got away from the first 5, second 5, came between the second 5 and the centre. Started coming around, started darting, and then I just remember someone coming this way, and then boom, I just wake up in hospital 8 hours later. And I was like, I lifted up my blanket and I was naked, bro. I was naked, I was like, what the fuck? And I was like dripping with sweat, I had all these drips all over me. My girlfriend at the time was there, and my cousin Talks, Hemi, Ricky, the other cousins here on the GC too, and their girlfriends were there. I don't know if there's another cousin there. But to be honest, bro, like all I remember was like them just crying, bro. And I was like, the fuck's going on? Like I was so puzzled, bro. I was just like, what the fuck happened? And then they like quickly told me. And then I must have asked Tux, you know, like I must have asked my cousin Tux. I said, bro, did we win? And then anyway, then the doctor came in. And then I knew straight away as soon as they told me I got concussed. And I'm like, bro, I'm in hospital. I just wake up 8 hours later. The first thing that I asked, because like before that, rugby used to be my life, bro. I was one of those fucking proper New Zealand kids, all black is the dream. You know, like literally devote your whole life to it. Yeah, and that was still a dream of mine, bro. You know, like still being a professional rugby player. And the first question that I asked him, as soon as the quack came around, I said, can I still play rugby? And then I remember him putting his hand on me and just saying, Ray, you'll never be able to play again. And bro, honestly, like that, bro, I can't even remember. Like it was just like I can kind of feel the feeling, but I don't want to feel it right now.
Yeah.
And just in that point in time, all I remember doing was just picking up my phone, or I must have asked for a phone or something like that. And I just called my dad, bro. That's all I knew who to call. And I just said, Dad, I must have told him where I was. And I said, the doctor said I can never play again. I just started crying, bro. And he just held space for me. And he didn't even say any words. He literally just held space for me. You know, and this is coming from a kid that, you know, like, was really well known for training the house down, bro. Like, definitely within my district.
Well, you were riding 25Ks to get to school, man. Like,
but that was just to go to school. Yeah, like I was really well known for my rugby accolades and my athletic abilities and whatnot. And yeah, you know, I got a full scholarship for rugby up to, you know, Wesley College in New Zealand. And yeah, I was an up and comer, bro, for sure. Played for all the grades from under 12s up to played for secondary schools for New Zealand, and you know, played for some pretty good prem teams and whatnot. You know, so I was a pretty good rugby player. And for that to be stripped, bro, like I felt like my life just ended, bro, like literally. And then I remember my dad literally saying, like, he just held space while I literally cried, and he goes, all I remember him saying, bro, was, boy, it's gonna be alright. And then I just hung up, bro. And then I was in intensive care for 2.5 weeks. Semi-coma for 3 months. I usually sit around 100 kgs, and if I'm really lean, get down to like 92 or something like that. I dropped, I think, like 20, 25 kgs, bro. Like, I was a stick for me at that time. And at the time, I was scaffolding, bro. So, yeah, like, it was pretty, like, yeah, I nearly died. The reason why I was in intensive care for 2.5 weeks, they were deciding whether or not they were going to drill into my skull to relieve the pressure because it was bleeding on top of bleeding.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to do it because it was too dangerous and they might kill me. Yeah. But then I came around, bro, so it was all good. So that was the first point. That was the first life-changing one. Prior to that, bro, I had been, how do I put this? I had been practicing domestic violence. I've never ever said that publicly.
Appreciate your honesty.
And with that being said, you know, like, I have much respect for my daughter's mother. When I say respect, I mean, like, respect as in, that is not me. And I have apologized for the person I was at the time. I know she's felt that too, you know, in a message I sent her a couple of years back, because I'm a different person now. But obviously with that, you know, I had to go behind bars for a little bit, bro, and I nearly got deported back to NZ. Not only for that though, because I had beaten up a couple of people just before that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that, like, literally going behind bars, bro, like, and like, what a fucked up thing to go behind bars for, like, you know, like the judgment that, you know, like, people could get from that.
Because do they know when you come in, like, what you're in for? When you go behind bars and that sort of thing?
I don't know, but I'm sure at the time I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even, like, prior to that, bro, you know, because I had, like street fighted a lot during my teenage years, and I, like, you know, I'm not proud of it, but I'd done, like, some really not nice stuff to
out in this area here?
Brizzy at the time,
Yep.
and then New Zealand down in Wellington and Whakatane before I came over. So I've been to anger management 4 different times, bro. First time was when I was 17, I think, just leaving home. And it was just my mentality, bro. It was just like, nah, he deserved that. Doesn't me telling the judges that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so, like, yeah, I just a different individual back then, bro.
Yeah.
And that was a big moment for me. And, like, literally, bro, put aside the reason why I was in there, literally sitting in the cell, the cold cell, because it was cold, literally just looking up, there was like a penny drop for me, bro, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why the fuck am I in here? Like, what am I? This is not me. Like, I know that I had to deal with the consequences. But I was just like, I had this internal chat with myself and I was like, this is not me. Like, I remember it very clearly, bro. And I was just like, the fuck am I doing? It was that and the two other ones, bro, within that 8 months. After that, a couple of months later, I went homeless for a little bit. Now it's crazy, bro, because at that point in time, my mentality is all I know how to do is work. So all I do, obviously I was still making money and I was making my ends meet, but I chose to just live out of my truck, bro. So I just live out of my truck. To a normal person, that's homeless. You know what I mean? But in my head, I was like, for me to survive, I just know how to work.
This is what I got to do.
I'm literally just going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I slept out of there for, but it was a little while. So I'd literally just, go down to the waterfront, shower up in the public toilets, grab some food, and literally just drive to the next job the next day, park up there and just sleep, bro, wake up, mahi all day, and then back to it, So that was that. Like, how fucking shameful is that, bro, But at the same time, yep, that happened.
Part of your story, right?
Part of my story, bro. And then one more, which was 3 months on from when I was in their semi-coma. I said to my girlfriend at the time, I said to her, I want to go for a walk. I want to go for a walk today. So she took me for a walk, and she took me for a walk around the block, and only a little lady, but I had to have my hand around her, like my arm around her shoulders. I couldn't hold myself. And as I was walking down the first line, in my head, bro, I'm literally going, holy fuck, I'm going to be a cabbage for the rest of my life. Like, the way I was hobbling along, and I was just like, what? Like, I'm never going to be able to run again. Like, I'm never going to be able to sprint again. I can't even fucking walk. Like, I was like, I'm going to be a fucking cabbage for the rest of my life. And I was just like another realization, like sitting in their jail cell, bro. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then, honestly, after that loop, I think it was that afternoon, I just decided in my head, bro, I was like, oh, fuck this. And then I was just like, move. Yeah. And then I wasn't, okay, this is like years on now, so it doesn't fucking matter. I wasn't allowed to get back up on the scaffold, but 6 days within it, I was back up on the scaffold. I wasn't allowed to be, bro, because if I had a seizure up there, working so many meters up, bro, you die.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? But I was like, nah, like I need to work. That's me. And at the same time, I had no money. But I just have to get on. So I got back up and I just started getting back into everything, bro. Fast forward, I think it might have been like, I don't know, 3 months or 4 months on from there. PT course, bro. And that was pivotal, bro. Now, you could say the course, no. But I actually got the gut feeling when you were just chatting before I chatted now. I would love for you to podcast someone, bro. And I've never, ever, ever thought we need to get this guy on the podcast.
Was it your teacher at the time?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
What's his name?
Dave Burgess. Yep. I have the world of respect for him. Like, when you meet a good person, they're just a good person, bro.
Yeah.
And they would happily take off their clothes to keep you warm. He's one of those guys.
Still on the Gold Coast?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shout out Dave Burgess, coming on the Technician podcast.
Owns National Health and Fitness Academy, so it's a
okay, yeah.
NHFA. Yep. I also he was my first ever mentor. I financially invested in, so like my first ever mentor.
I think I remember you talking about him at the retreat now.
Yeah,
actually.
probably, bro. But
yeah.
like that guy literally was a key to me unlocking a lot of gateways for myself, bro. Like so many things, including me teaching myself how to teach myself, me teaching me how this works, So many things, bro.
Look at that, bro. Having someone,
Just like
a mentor or a coach is just so pivotal. Hey?
Oh, bro, it was amazing. Like, I was not searching for that at points in time, but because I was so, like, I was just set. Those, you could say, like, fucked up things that just happened, and I was just like, no, like, I'm changing.
Yep.
And I've changed, and I'm changing. For someone to walk into my life unintentionally, yeah, I know that was meant to happen because it happened.
Yep.
At that point in time too, but to walk into my life, and for me, if someone, honestly, bro, if someone gives me their word and I'm still like this, I'm just not as naive. I'm more smarter because I need to look after myself. But for someone to walk into my life then, and they just give me their word about certain things, bro, and then I just give them 100, I give them 200% of myself, like literally my seed, like it's been flourishing ever since, bro. That guy literally was pivotal.
How long did it take you to start getting into the franchising of F45s from that time?
So I was personal trainer for 7 years, bro.
Yep.
With that being said, like I became Gold Coast renowned as being like starting to come into being a more known or well-known personal trainer, bro.
Were you coaching in F45s?
Oh, no, it wasn't even invented then.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, with that being said, yeah, bro, just like all the experiences that I had up until that point, but also who I was at that time too. This is before Instagram and Facebook. Facebook was around, but yeah, it was just like a very, very influential figure here on the GC when it comes to personal training. Athletes as well, back when I used to be a CrossFit athlete. So yeah, very influential in this space here on the GC.
Is that when you met Dane through CrossFit? Or?
No, that was after, bro. That was back in F45 days.
Yep.
Yeah. But with that being said too, like Good Life is like one of the biggest, like franchises of gyms, like big box gyms around the place. Bro, I literally became, like one of the faces, you know what I mean? Because I was like a leading PT, but also like a gun athlete back then too. So yeah, becoming really well known in the space, especially here on the GC. And I'd already been mentoring personal trainers how to become successful personal trainers 2 years into personal training because I just smoked it. And then obviously, helping them to get the, incredible results for their clients and for their personal training businesses and whatnot. And I just got to a certain point within the personal training. It's not that I had felt I had outgrown the place because that's not me. I just don't tick that way.
Yep.
But I had felt that I had done my servicement.
It was time.
It was time, bro. Yep. It was not time for me to leave the flock, but it was just like, honestly, apart from making a good business sound decision, because I wanted to open up a CrossFit gym, but that would have just been a hobby so I could train all day. So that wasn't a business sound decision. F45 fit the sound business model. But honestly, why I started to explore outwards was just coming back to my key values. And as a personal trainer, I've always led with that, bro. I've always said people can smell it on you. They can look into your eyes and just know when you're a good person and you're genuinely there for them, to help them.
And living what you're saying.
That's it, bro, practicing what I preach and just literally being there to help them. And I got to a point within my personal training career, fully in love with everything that I was doing and just like how busy I was and everything and all the clients I was serving. I was just like, I need to be able to serve more people at one time. What's the next step? There was 2 steps for me at that point in time. Going online, which at that point in time, it was not in my vocab, bro. Yep. I thought I wasn't able to do it because my mind was limited in that degree and I didn't want to explore it.
Yep.
Because I didn't think I could do it.
Because of what if you failed or something, right?
Well, I was just telling myself, I can't do that.
Yep.
Not that I can't give it a go, but it's just like, I'm not good on the computer. Yep. Just like that way inclined. And the next phase was like belly to belly in person, a gym. A gym is how you serve more people. You give servicemen to more people at one time. That was the next phase, bro. So that's how we came into F45. And F45, from all the experience over the years in helping all the clients, all the group fitness classes I had done and instructed, as well as being an athlete and just over, their 7 years of experience, just knowing what works and what people want and what people need, even like business and marketing wise, and also what was trending, and what was different, and it literally just hit the planet, bro. 6 months within it, and then me and my wife, shout out to my wife Ash,
Shout out Ash.
love you, my love, my girlfriend, which I came back to on the retreat.
Yeah.
She's no longer my wife, she's my girlfriend. Back to be my girlfriend, bro.
Yeah.
We flew down to Sydney and we jumped in a class, because we were kind of hemming and hawing. What are we going to do next? Is it going to be a 45, blah, blah, blah. And we went down there, had a chat with the big CEOs of the original guys that opened it, because back then they were selling the franchises, because it wasn't even a franchise back then. And we jumped in one class at Bondi Beach. Literally as soon as the class finished, we both literally turned to each other and I said, fuck yeah. And then we literally bought it that day.
Which one did you buy?
Labrador, bro. So
Labrador, that was the first one,
This is the 8th year we've had Labrador for now. And to be honest, like F45 is an excellent model. It caters to majority of people.
Yeah.
Athletes, we understand. Athletes can still train in there.
Yeah.
But newbies can, like it caters to the masses. When you want to get more specific, we understand that we also don't cater to you. That's fine. Like there's service for you out there as well. But being able to look after the majority of people, like that's where it's at, And I'm not biased to like Fit Stop and, Body Fit. You get some trainers and they're just like, nah, this is the best. I'm like, as long as people are moving and, like they're improving themselves, like, fuck, that's why that's my belief. That's why we should be in this industry anyway.
Exactly. And
they help people, bro.
It's like there's no real competition, right? We're all on the same mission of helping people. So,
but that's the way I believe, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously, not everyone believes that, but
I've seen a lot of people for some reason in this space, they try to bring others down. And I usually see it from others that might not be perceiving themselves as doing as good as others.
Yeah.
So they try to bring them down to the level rather than rising to that level or becoming better. Right? It's like rather than me actually put the work in to do better and be better, I'm just going to bring that person down that I perceive is doing really well. I hate that shit, right? So I don't focus on it, but I've noticed coming up through the ranks that as you start making waves, as you start shining brighter, man, those more shadows come out and those shadows try to bring you down, all right? It's weird. Have you faced any sort of like things like that? People trying to be like talking shit about what you do? Or okay.
Quite early on in my personal training career.
Yeah, right.
Because like prior to that, personal training time back when I was a rugby boy, scaffy and obviously, like a lot of this and still practicing a lot of this as well. Just the mentality was different. So my circle was literally different. My environment, inside and external as well. As soon as I started to go within, bro, I wasn't scared of dropping people. It's not that I was thinking about dropping people before, but it wasn't even on my mind, bro. And I was all good if people just dropped because I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Some people felt left behind. Some people used to give me shit, bro. Oh, you think you're too good? Like, you're supposed to be your friends, bro. But then also I've come to find, like, over my years as well, like, as you climb your mountain, not many people live up there, But
and they don't want to.
Nah, and the people that do live up there, though, they're like, hey, bro, come with me.
Literally.
And
they just want to see the best in you.
That's it, bro. It's those climbers, eh?
Yep.
So, like, I really, really consciously stay away from the pullers, bro. Like, it's, for me, it's poison. I will either, if they come into my life, I'll give them space, and I'll let them do their thing, But if you fuck with me too much, I'll literally tell you to your face, can you please stop that? Or can you get out of my life? I'm cool with it, bro.
Yeah.
Just because that makes them feel uncomfortable, that's not on me. That's with them. Does that make sense? Like, I'm confident and assertive enough to just be honest with you. And if you're going to be my friend, that's amazing. Cool. Have respect for me as well. It's not that I'm better than you. It's just like, this is me. Cool. If you want to be in my circle, that's cool. I'm not saying my circle is greater than yours. This is just me, though.
This is just how I operate.
This is just me. Exactly, But the thing is, as soon as you start to dampen my light, because it's not about me and you, it's about all the servicemen of those that I need to serve, and I'm not willing to let you dampen my light. so that I can't be who I truly am and looking after everyone that is in my circle. And when I say this, yeah, it's pretty cool because like I'm literally right here.
Literally, yeah.
But I'm not even just talking about this, bro. I'm talking about every single person that I come in contact with.
Yeah, even in the, like, do you have
Even
random
in my
chats
future.
when you're out in the public?
Bro, all the time, you know? And I'm also talking about the ripple effect, like those people that talk to those people, that talk to those people. They're my kids and my wife and like my future self and everything that comes with that. Like, it's just too important for me, anyway, to let a relationship that doesn't serve me not serve me. And I'm cool with it. Like, if it's not that I'm using them, but if the relationship empowers me and vice versa, fuck, what a combo.
Yeah.
You know, if the relationship, you know, like, even for myself, like, fuck, if I'm detrimental to you, being confidently saying, I don't think I'm that for many people. I don't even think I'm that for any people. But anyway, if I'm detrimental for you, I want you to purposely get rid of me. I'm not that, like, that doesn't even serve me.
Or at least pull you up, right? Like, just be honest and be like, hey, Ray, I don't like how you do this.
Okay,
like,
so, you know, so I can do my part in, like,
Yeah.
serving you too, you know? Because that doesn't even align with my values, you know? Like, if I'm not doing my part, fuck yeah, let me know. You know what I mean? So you got those, the pullers, got the climbers, bro, you know, and I dwell in their space, man. That's my jam.
Well, I seen you be that guy that was bringing people along during the retreat as well. Because like you said, you'd done a fair bit of work compared to, you know, most of the boys that showed up, right? So, but you still had some fucking massive breakthroughs, as we saw. But I liked that yourself and like Chrissy showed up and went all in because that allowed the rest of them to do it too.
What a guy, eh?
Man. his podcast the other day was unreal.
Oh,
He just,
bro, I can't even imagine, man. I just want to hear that laugh, bro. It's next level.
And it's just cool that it's all come together the way it has because, you know, for sure, you came to that retreat for a purpose. And for now to have you a part of it, you know, going on to the next one, that's what we want. Because we want to be bringing men up, not to say, again, that we're on another level compared to anyone. It's just that we're raising the vibration of all.
Yeah,
so it's knowing that what that retreat did for those, you know, including yourself, the 7 men, which is now 15 men for the next one, maybe it's 50 for the next one, you know what I mean? Like, it just grows and grows and grows. And
and even those guys, like, say, like our group, the impacts we have with our families and our circles.
What about little Chrissy, bro?
That trickle effect, eh?
Yeah.
The ripple.
Literally. And it's beautiful to see that you've been so open to it, but also seeing, as, you know, as great of a man as you were walking in there, just to see your transition energetically through that.
Yeah.
All of them, but especially yourself. Dane and I, we just sat there after, we were like, fuck, man. Like, we talked about everyone that came, and we were just like, watch what Ray goes and does now. And do you feel like ever since then, energetically, possibilities, everything has just, like, raised beyond you would have ever believed?
Definitely. I've always, I shouldn't say always, but, like, since I've been within myself for the past 12, 13 years, optimism, taking action's always been there, bro. That's just me, 200. But optimism, yeah, bro, like, fucking, you know, stars ain't even the limit. It's just like, how high can I go without dying? You know what I mean? Until I die, cool, that's when I'm in the ground, that's when it's done, you know? So, but since then, bro, honestly, like, if I was to, like, take something, and this is also verbalizing, which is also reaffirming to myself, I've also been of the ponder of the last couple of weeks, bro. I know if I'm not careful and not practicing my practices, I'm literally going to go back into my old self. And I'm literally saying this out loud right now because I know all of us can relate to that, bro. Like, if I'm not in my practice and I'm practicing my habits that don't serve me and serve my greater self, you know, because we have those conversations with ourselves as like, oh, nah, today's okay, I don't have to do it, you know. When if I know, like, especially in those potent times of our life, when we're doing the work and you're like, this is exactly what I should be doing, and this is, like, you just know that this is what got me to who I am right there in that point of time, as well as the successes that came along with that. I must do this daily. Like, I have to do the daily work. And over the last couple of weeks, bro, it's been slipping a bit.
Yep.
You know, and it has. And this ain't the first time, you know. But just bringing back in that discipline. Because, like, bro, we're literally, whatever we practice, You know, whether or not we feel the effect on the day or not, whatever we practice, we become.
That's
you know,
it. At least you're aware of it.
Yeah, bro. Like, even if it's thinking a certain way, like whatever I practice, I'm gonna become it. You know, so like, just having the courage and the strength. I say that right now, bro. Thank you.
Let that sit.
Because I literally just, like, just reflecting on this chat right now with you. The courage and the strength. From this chat that we've had, you already know who gives me courage and strength. Sweet. If they can do their whole life like that, I can do mine too. So from now on, there's another purpose. And it's a reminder for me, it's not about me. It's always about others, you know, those that have been before us and they live through us to continue the work. But then also it's always for everyone else, you know, like if it's for other people, we'll always go above and beyond. You know, so like how I said, I've been pondering over the last couple of weeks, like I should be doing this, but I'm not quite doing the practice. And I'm sure there's going to be times where I'm going to try and talk myself out of it again. But honestly, as soon as I hear koro, it's just like, fuck you up to, boy. Like, it's all good. Come on, keep working.
Do you reckon he's here right now?
100%.
Yeah, I feel it.
That's not even a, yeah.
I feel
The whole time.
that conversation about your family, I felt something shift there energetically in the room.
Yeah.
So, and thinking back now how powerful that whole 40 minutes or so was, I know that's going to be like, especially for your family, but just anyone that listens, man, because a lot of people are going to resonate with that. There's so many things that haven't expressed because of the fear of judgment, the fear of, you know, being vulnerable in a public space.
That was your
That was
intention
huge.
before we kicked it off. You're like, just being, bro, we went there.
We said it, right? And that's the power of intention. When you actually speak it out loud or write it down, whatever it is, that's what you'll get. And that's what my intention at the start of this week was, to have 9 really powerful conversations. I had 8, which I'm really proud of myself because 1 was sick.
Yeah.
So shout out
Did
to
you say 9?
9 conversations.
Have you?
So there
So
was,
you've had 8. Have you got the 9th lined up?
he was sick, unfortunately.
Can I give you the 9th?
Yeah, bro.
I already did.
Yeah. Is he around?
Dave Burgess.
Is he around, like, would you say he's free or is he a pretty busy dude?
We're all busy if we think we're busy, right? We can
True,
make
yeah,
time
we can
if
make
we
time.
prioritize it.
Because I'm here till Saturday.
I'll call him straight after this.
Yeah. See if he's free tomorrow. Like, is he in this area on the Goldie?
Not too
or?
sure. He usually
Yeah.
resides here, but he's also got like several courses like around the country now. So yeah,
Yep.
I'm not too sure where exactly. I'll just give him a call, bro.
If it happens, it happens. If not, that's all
If it's
good.
meant to be, it will.
Because I've got 2 planned for next week anyway on
Oh,
Tuesday.
man.
So I'm making up for it. Marius, unfortunately, well, fortunately, he just trains his ass off, bro. He's a South African. He's got an incredible story. He's been training for like some crazy marathon, and he's actually worn himself down quite a bit. But man, just even the thing, something that Alex Hormozy said about confidence.
Yep.
Is a list of checklists of you are who you say you are. So that's confidence. For me, is doing the things I said I was going to do. This week, even though I was feeling shit most days, as soon as it was time to go, I was on. You know, there was a point there where I was literally laying in bed just thinking, fuck, I don't want to do this. Because I had 3 podcasts that day. It was Tuesday. I was like, I can't be fucked doing this. I'm already wrecked from the first day. But I was just like, nah, this is bigger. Like, this is bigger. I need to show up. And as soon as Charlie was meant to come in, like 15 minutes before, something just switched in me. And I was like, it's go time. So I have that ability.
Fuck yeah. Oh, we all do, right? We all got
Everyone does, man. Just a choice.
How you and Dane, you know, like you guys like said to each other, like wait until you see what happens. Honestly, because I'm aware of myself, and I've had cycles, bro. And we all go through cycles. We all go through ebbs and waves. Like, that's life, right?
Yeah.
Like, and there's seasons.
Yep.
And with the cycles as well, it's just like when the revolution comes back around, like, are you still the same? And are you going to be able to cope with what comes back around? Or are you heightened and at a higher expression of self that when it comes back around, it's not the same thing anymore because you're different.
Yep.
So you receive it different, whether or not you can overcome it, or it just comes back and whacks you on the face like another big wave, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, with that being said, bro, honestly, I also agree with you guys. I really do. And the way I see it, it's just going like this, ready to go like that. and that's where I'm at right now in my life, bro.
Pulling
like
that bowstring back.
I'm literally, I know that's where I am right now because I'm in it, and I'm just, it'll happen when it happens, and I'm just fucking warming up that engine, bro.
It's a hero's journey. Go in that big circle, like you said, and you'll face the same dragon every time, but he becomes easier to slay every time.
Yep.
And that's the way I see it. I say it to my clients if I'm ever working with someone. It's like, hey, let's say you are the villager in a little village that keeps getting attacked by these dragons. They use shadows, you fucking whatever come up. What if this big 6'5", 140 kilo knight in this hectic armor that slayed many dragons before is there next to you to help you slay your dragon? And that's what I say I am, because I know I am. I've battled many dragons and slayed the fuck out of them. So I know now if anyone has any dragons they need slaying, I can help them do that. They're going to be doing it, but I'm just going to be like, yo, duck under his wing and stab him in the chest. You know. So it's understanding that when we have people like you and myself that have been through so many tests and so many devils, and we face them, these bosses in these game levels, we understand how to overcome them. We understand how to defeat them. And today, bro, I think you just gave everyone that key on what it is to give 200% and just fucking show up. And when the work comes, do it.
And that's the thing too, like, you think it's going to work too. It doesn't always work.
Yeah, which is okay.
Which is fine, bro. That's life. You know, like, life does not promise anything, literally. You could fucking work your ass off for 8 years straight, think there's something's going to happen, and it still doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is fucking pick up your balls. It's another day, brand new day. Bring your best self. Lead with your intention and whatever is your servicement to others, and then game on, you know? You can either do that or fucking curl up in a ball and feel sorry for yourself, and that ain't going to serve shit. And most importantly, this ain't going to serve yourself. Yep. So what do you choose? You know what I mean? And that's just me, bro. Like, I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah, well, Charlie said it the other day. He goes, choose your hard. It's hard to show up every day and run a business like this, but it's also hard to lay in bed and be depressed by yourself.
Yep.
So choose your hard. What's going to benefit you more?
That's it, eh?
Yeah. So, bro, fucking epic conversation. We've just smashed out an hour and a half without realizing. Just to give people an opportunity to, you know, get in contact with you or whatever. Finding you on Instagram, I'm assuming, just under Ray Brown.
Yeah, Ray Brown's _official, I believe it is what it is. Yeah, so on there.
Anyone on the GC want to come train? Obviously, Ray owns F45 Surfers and Labrador.
That's correct, yep. So if you want to come down, see the team's incredible. Literally got 2 of them down there.
Oh, epic. There you go.
Yeah, team's incredible. Yeah, we'll definitely look after you. We're all very passionate and all very driven and servicements of you. You know, if you want to come down, check out the space.
Any big plans for the year?
Yes.
Expansion?
Pivot.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, both. Expansion, yes. Pivot within myself.
Yep.
As in, I already know.
I think I know what you're talking about too.
Like I just said, bro, like, this is happening already. You know? And when I say this is happening, like, that's the slingshot. I'm just preparing the slingshot, bro. I know my cycles, bro. Like, I've had times, because, like, you know, like, it's within myself. I have all this crazy achievement, and obviously the world on the external sees it. And of course they give praise, because that's that big shiny knight in armor, you know. They're like, how the fuck did you get there? I want some of that. But it's like, no, you don't. You're not prepared to fucking do 10 years of work for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not prepared to, you know, have the sleepless nights, and you're not prepared to
to face those demons.
Yeah, bro. Well, I shouldn't say you're not prepared to, but it's just like, you can have it. Just be prepared. You know, if you want it, bro, I'm happy to help as well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also, you know, like, got that. I also got those that armor on, and fuck, I'll help you slay the dragon.
Yeah,
too,
it's got scratches and wounds everywhere, but you know what you're doing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, my man, thank you so much. You absolutely killed that. I'm sure anyone listening got a lot from that. So grateful for you. Appreciate you. I love you. And thank you for listening, guys. Another episode Technician done. Let's go.
Yeah.
Technician.